well established now that the Starminator has had something of an image makeover in recent months. Gone is the talk of the evil far-right polluting our streets and our airwaves. Suddenly now he's on our side. He doesn't want us to languish in jail. In fact, no, he's got our back. Now, after 14 years of Tory rule and the PR slick New Labour machine before that, we're quite used to this in the modern era. Politicians say what the proles want to hear, but just maintain the globalist liberal operation in the background. Of course, down the line this will mean they're very unpopular, but they don't really care about that because down the line they will have already gone off into the sunset with millions of pounds, and at that point there will be some new snake oil salesman in Westminster to take the reins. But what surprised me about the Starminator's more recent turn is that surprisingly, some people really seem to be buying it. I mean, it's been very popular on the left to say Starmer's betrayed them and turned right-wing. He's echoing Enoch Powell. And even on the right you're getting voices saying Starmer's actions are, quote, based. It seems to me that the powers that be have been concerned about Keir Starmer's performance, plugged him into the Uni-Party mainframe and given him some upgrades, which means he's now capable of Blairite/Cameronite style quips at Prime Minister's questions.
How many of these people that he's deported are failed asylum seekers that's come on small boats or on the back of lorries? Answer the question.
It's very good he's standing in for the member for Clacton, I have to say. There was no sign of him yesterday at the EU Senate. He was the first through the E-gates somewhere to south of France.
I think Reform will come out quite well of that one. Farage has gained a lot of popularity by being able to laugh at himself over the years. But the cool point I'm making here is you can tell by Starmer's delivery, he's checking his notes, that someone has written that line for him. I also think this one was scripted and probably more importantly planned for Kemi Badenoch, only Kemi Badenoch, being who she is, as well as her idiot PR strategist behind her, were too stupid to ask the leading question.
Is there any belief he holds which survives a week in Downing Street?
Yes, the belief that she talks rubbish.
Now, I think what makes or made British Parliament a spectacle was the famous battles throughout the years. They could get quite spicy and you get people with very quick and cutting wit sometimes. However, I think we all know Starmer isn't one of those people, and this whole thing seems so forced. The line is clearly planned. Again, he's reading his notes and looking for approval, and we can also see the massively OTT reaction of Rachel Reeves. Now, when you factor in Starmer's image change, that he's suddenly become human all of a sudden, and that migration figures are going down, it makes it look as if things are changing. Yet while immigration figures are going down, and I expect them to go down even more under Starmer, they will still be absurdly high in the hundreds of thousands. We must hold to the line and be very clear. Unless the numbers are going the other way and people are actively remigrating, the problems that the UK and the rest of the Western world face will continue unabated. The same is true from the cultural angle as well. Starmer may well be stating that he's decided we need to maintain our British identity and we're not pure evil for wishing to do so, but in Rotherham they've got a new mayor recently.
represent कर रही हूँ अपने पाकिस्तानी सारी आवाम को, पाकिस्तानी मुसलमान औरतों को, माशाल्लाह मुझे बहुत फख्र हो रहा है.
Now, Twitter exploded yesterday with claims that this lady is stating she's going to represent the nation of Pakistan as mayor of Rotherham. But to be honest, I don't know if that's what she's saying or not, because I don't speak Urdu. And this is exactly the problem with modern Britain. Nobody really knows what's going on and can't verify anything, and by the time you can, the next story's here. We're just supposed to believe what our liberal leaders tell us about these people, that they're proud Brits, that they love diversity, that they love pride marches, that together we're building a post-racial, post-nationalistic Britain. Just like these ladies who are reportedly down in Ilford celebrating how they're just as British as you are. Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? It's like walking through the green fields of England while listening to Jerusalem. But the cool point I'm making here is that we all know that this is just a ruse. It's all just a way in which the globalist neoliberal order maintains its power long into the future. It's what it's always done and always will. The whole thing makes me think of the WWF wrestling. Everybody knows that it's fake, yet people engage in it with their true hearts and souls. Why? I don't quite know. Maybe they want to be part of the drama. They want to connect with a certain wrestler or political party just to think it all matters. As I've said before, to my mind, we must hold to two key coordinates. Number one is any policy actively promoting the idea that Europeans shouldn't be made a minority in Europe. And number two is anything pushing for the reawakening of our tradition, which built our culture and our country. The answer to that is always no, because policies like that by their very nature would undermine the project of globalism, so they have to be painted as evil and far right and so on. It seems obvious to me that we're not going to survive if we labour on, pun intended, with the same old ideologies, with the same old political system. We need to open up to a new consciousness, something that allows our roots to grab in to a new, fresh soil, or more accurately, an older soil that's been rejuvenated for a new era. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. Do let me know what you think down below. The second channel's linked in the description as well about personal transformation, and do consider subscribing to this channel if you're new.